How do individual people make an enormous difference to the organisations where they work? This week on Life O'Reilly, we're joined by Amanda Ankin, who works at Suffolk Chamber of Commerce, and she's going to tell us all about Suffolk Businesswomen. So Amanda, tell us a bit about Suffolk Businesswomen.
Okay, so Suffolk Businesswomen has been running for a very long time. It's been running over 30 years now. But in 2010, with support from Suffolk County Council, Suffolk Chamber took it into their family. So before then, it was being run really well, but it was being run purely by volunteers. And so a lot of the time they didn't have the time to actually take it into the direction that they wanted to go. So when Suffolk Chamber took it on board, we had 48 members. And over the past 8 years, we've now grown that to have over 1,400 members. And our aim is really very much about being an inspiration for women, but also being that voice of women in business as well, to actually say, look at this range of women that we actually have here in Suffolk that we should be celebrating and that we should become more aware of, that they're actually out there in the community.
And a personal passion for you, the whole diversity agenda, that's something you really believe in?
Yeah, very much so. I've always been brought up to think of men and women as equals, and always kind of believed that everybody else felt that way. So it was kind of a shock when I came into the workplace and discovered that perhaps wasn't always the case.
Yeah, especially in perhaps a traditional business world, and we love Suffolk, but perhaps again a traditional business environment where men have always been kind of more successful than women in the business world.
Yeah.
Have you come up against resistance? Has Suffolk Businesswomen come up against any challenges?
Resistance perhaps not. We do get the occasional why isn't there a Suffolk Business men's group? And actually we did say to our members, actually we'll put that together. If that's something that you want, we will put together a Suffolk Business men's group. But actually it really wasn't felt that that was the case. And for some people actually felt that the whole world was a business men's group at one point. So that's something that we're really trying to address. But one of our big achievements actually when we took Suffolk Businesswomen on was that our networking events in general were very much male heavy. And that wasn't because, you know, there was a reason why we were stopping women from coming along. It was because women were saying, actually, I feel a little bit intimidated sometimes coming to a networking event. I feel like everybody knows everybody else, and it was a real challenge for me. And some men feel that way as well. You know, I don't think it's just a female issue, but it was something particularly they were saying to us. So we very much supported women by saying, well, come to our networking events first, build up your confidence, get used to the fact that actually they don't all know each other. They've probably just arrived 5 minutes before you did and they've started a conversation. So it's okay to go up there and interrupt and introduce yourself. And now we actually have 60% of our attendees are male and 40% female, so we've got a much better balance now.
One of the things we often talk about in business is that change is the only constant. And you're changing the way the business environment is here by rightly getting more women in positions of authority and women showcasing what they've got as equal to men. How do other organisations do that? You know, people watch the Life O'Reilly and want to learn from it. What would some of your tips be in order to make it happen where other people are based?
I think it's really important to start with to say that actually we don't believe that people are doing this deliberately. I don't personally think that anyone's waking up in the morning and saying, do you know what? I'm going to be sexist today. I'm going to go to work and on my to-do list is to be deliberately sexist or deliberately gender biased. That doesn't happen.
But it doesn't make it okay, does it?
It doesn't make it okay, but I think that's the first thing to get across, that we're not here to actually say you're doing it wrong or, you know, you should be punished for this. But it's about saying, actually, let's look at the work environment and is there an imbalance there? And if there is, how do we unpick it? So Suffolk Businesswomen and Suffolk Chamber in general as well is very much there to say, you know, we can introduce you to a wide range of a mix of different genders that actually could bring something to the table and could actually make a difference in your workplace. And it's about as well looking actually at how your workplace runs. We're not a 9-to-5 environment anymore. Very much so now business is 24/7. So there's not such a stigma anymore about this flexible working, about being agile, and that's beneficial to men and women. It's beneficial for carers, it's beneficial for parents, and it actually makes your staff feel a lot more valued when they know that they're trusted to actually do their work in the time that they think they can deliver it to the best. And you always know when staff aren't delivering. It's very easy to spot when someone's not doing it. So if you're actually able to trust your staff, the agile working seems to be working really, really well. And it impacts the bottom line. You know, we know statistics are now showing that having this agile environment and having a much better balance of genders in the workplace is actually going to benefit the bottom line.
And on finally, on a practical level, we know there's a healthy 50-50 split of women and men that watch these videos. For women who are watching it, who want to break through that glass ceiling, who are experiencing perhaps some sort of discrimination, even on a light touch, if that's possible. What's your advice? How do they address it? How do they change things?
I think from a personal point of view, it's about talking about it. It's about raising awareness of what you're actually experiencing. And if you, for example, if you were to come along to one of our events, or if you were to get in touch with us, we could very quickly put you in touch with someone who's probably experienced something quite similar and that can say, do you know what? I've been through that and this is how I got through it. And you know, we all have barriers put in front of us every day, and sometimes you can just climb over them pretty easily, but sometimes you need to find another way. You might have to go underneath it or round it, and there are lots of men and women out there that are in our network that are really keen to support those women, particularly on the first 1 or 2 rungs of the career ladder. We're there to kind of say, we're going to pull you up and we're going to shine a spotlight on all of the amazing talent that's out there.
Great. Amanda, thank you so much. And it's true, isn't it, that individuals can change the way a whole organisation works, and people like Amanda are making a massive difference. And if you want to make a massive difference, it's about getting involved. It's about making sure what you believe in is pushed out there, what you believe in becomes dominant to what you do, and you can change the world around you.